Drag Week is the ultimate streetcar challenge, and it is that. It's grueling, and it's an endurance race.
Drag Week's everything we love and everything we hate about cars. It'll be the toughest times of your life with the best memories.
Drag Week is a great time with your mates. You have a few beers. It's a sightseeing. It's not totally about the drag race. And yes, you get up early and you try to run your PB with what you've got. But ultimately, it's about your mates.
Drag Week is the mecca of rev heads, gear heads, whatever you want to call yourself.
Drag Week is to me like going to an orgy with Margie, Robbie, all their friends.
Drag Week is the best fun you can have in one of these modified street cars with your friends, because I guess drag racing, an all-out drag car, it's all about you. It's a one-person thing, whereas this is a team effort.
What Drag Week is an equaliser for someone's mouth. You know what I mean? Like, you can talk as much as you like, but unless you come here and do what other people like myself and Tom Bailey and a few other guys have done, you can't say shit.
It is my first time competing. Mate, at the start it was, a little bit tough, but, a couple of issues. We got it all together. Having a bit of sleep before your race is always a good thing. Today the car went really well. We got a best of 13.7, 99.8 miles an hour, nearly there. Wanted to crack the ton, but, we gave it a good shot. Mate, it's just been an awesome experience, had a lot of help from a lot of people like Race Max, Bam, GM Holmes, Harry Hall, especially my wife. It's been a great time.
The car's performed very well, considering we finished building it in the car park before day one. Got a bit of an issue in the heat with vapor lock, so the last two passes was a few tenths slower. It just dies towards the end of the track, but I think we averaged at 11:30 something probably. So yeah, car didn't miss a beat. Haven't had an issue on the road the last 3 days, and yeah, I can't ask for too much more. We finished, and yeah, had a heap of fun doing it. Dad wants to do it again next year, and this car will make it a little bit quicker, fix a vapor lock issue obviously, and maybe put a little looser converter in it. It'll be nice to run 1050s or something. So yeah, we'll definitely be back. And I'm going to bring my HQ over. If it's not next year, it'll be the following year.
I am the most satisfied guy in the world with old Steve-O this week. We've battled the heat, had a lot of little problems, but Steve-O's turned up on race day, and yeah, looks like we might even get a bit of silverware, so absolutely pumped with how this week's gone. Yeah, killer today. We went, I think we went 8.9 the first pass, then at 8.8, and then at 8.7, and then we're going to go it again, but they've shut the lanes, and it's just that hot out there. It's crazy. So with the radials, it's a little bit hard, and the motor's seen a lot of intake temp and all that from the heat, so we're not going to beat it to death so we can come back next year. So we'll just leave it at that. I think we went 8.7 on our second last pass, so we'll hand that one in, and that'll give us a nice 8-second average for the week, and yeah, we'll be grinning.
Well, we had an interesting week. We shipped our cars well before time and landed in Charleston, and we had a whole heap of issues with customs. And then so we were throwing a real curveball, so we had to do something. We either had to pull the pin or we had to move on and have a good time. So we scouted about, put the word out on social media, and we come up with a little 85 4-ride coupe Mustang. One of the guys here, Michael Garland, was gracious enough to lend us, and mate, we had an unbelievable time. Well, we've had an issue. We know it was a 12.0 car on hard tyres, and we've been chasing the issue all week. The car's just a tired old car. It's got a worn out shifter in it, and it was taken off in second gear, and it was missing gears. But anyway, so we bodged it up. We put a plate down, trying to just bodgy stuff up, and as it turned out, and we threw another little plate on it, about 135 shot, and she banged out a 1160, 109 mile an hour, and it was brilliant.
Yeah, we're over the moon. I mean, the whole thing's been a team effort, and the team's got us out at the end. So we've averaged a 9.502. I kind of set a personal goal of a 950 average, and we're right on that. So we're all over the moon. We had a great time. It's an amazing experience, and it's been awesome to have everyone with us. The car was pretty good for today's performance. We're gone 4/10ths quicker today than we did on Monday, so we banked a 940 today. We're pretty happy with that. I did try and chase that a little bit. We ended up doing 5 or 6 passes today, which is the most we've done on any day at drag week. In the previous days, our strategy's more or less been one and done, with the exception of yesterday where we did 2 passes and we went 3/10ths slower, so we just gave up and got on the road. Today being the last day, there's no destination to obviously get on the road to, so we had a full day of on-track action, so we did quite a few more passes because we kind of had no time to lose. Like, we're here all day and we're staying in town tonight anyway, so we don't have to be on the road at any particular time. Mate, our expectations were met and then surpassed somewhat. It's been an amazing event. All the people here are so friendly and helpful, and it's just an amazing experience that we'll remember forever and hopefully be involved in again at a later date. So yeah, loved it.
After last night's drive, coming down that mountain with the brakes failing, a guy in front of me, his brakes failed, and then mine were getting close to failing. We were lucky that we actually made it here today, like a lot of us. I've had the MSD box fail, so I had to put the 8 Plus back in the car, and then that last pass that you saw just then, it actually cracked the intake port in one of the heads, number 1 cylinder. So it put a whole heap of water into it when I ran that 8.2 at 140, and it nosed over. So I come back out and made another pass after I drained all the water out, and made a pass with no water in the car, and run that 790. But what I did is I drained all the water out, pulled ignition timing out of the tune, put a heap of fuel in the tune as well to cool the cylinders with the methanol, and just pushed the car into the staging lanes to keep it as cool as I could, although it was already 190 degrees because I just made a hot lap with it. And yeah, run that 790 at 183 or whatever it was, but it nosed over it just into top gear at about, I think about just before 1,000 feet. It actually broke down and nosed over. That's partly because the MSD ignition is only small. The 8 Plus is not good enough for this. It needs the 10. But I'm still happy that it run a 7, you know? That's all I wanted to do. At 7.7, I'm happy with that average, but I'm not happy because I know what the car can do. To be here at the end of the week is probably the best reward, not so much the 7.7 second average. Because the car run that, well, it basically ran that on 7 cylinders, you know? Whether they're doing 12 or 14 or 7 or 6, you know? We're all in the same category because we're all finished.
Every year, I know that I look forward to seeing that silver car pulling the lanes, and I know you're serious about drag week. You're a serious competitor, and each year we see that car get faster and faster. And one of these days, we're going to see you go home with the podium trophy. We know that you can build it and bring it, and we look forward to it. Mr. John Ferroni.
John.